cardiac arrest is something that isn't talked about as much as it should be among teenagers. How does cardiac arrest affect teens? Hi, my name is Ben Hamilton. I'm 18 years old, I go to Waukesha West High School, and here's a story that inspired me to learn a little bit more about cardiac arrest in teens. This is Dave. He was a senior at Waukesha West High School 2 years ago. A 6'10" starting varsity basketball player in very good shape, the kid was in prime condition. He was one of the most sought-out high school basketball prospects in the state, and he had 8 Division I full-ride scholarships waiting for him at the end of his senior year. However, while approaching the free throw line after a foul during a summer league game, he collapsed. He was suffering from cardiac arrest. To clear up what this means, sudden cardiac arrest is not the same as a heart attack. A heart attack happens when clots in arteries or other blood vessels cause the heart to not receive oxygen-rich blood. The lack of oxygen in the heart causes parts of the heart to die, which can be fatal if action isn't taken quickly. Sudden cardiac arrest, or SCA rather, is arguably more scary. It occurs when the heart stops beating entirely. This is what happened to Dave. Luckily, Dave's mom, a former nurse, began doing CPR to keep his blood circulating. An AED was quickly delivered, and 1 shock was administered, shaking Dave of his unconsciousness. He was rushed to a nearby hospital and was told what happened because he had no recollection of it. He was told that his odds of survival were only 10%, and that goes for all that suffered cardiac arrest outside of the hospital. Now with an ICD, he can play basketball once again. If it weren't for a life-saving shock from an AED, Dave's story could have had a different ending. And that potential different ending inspired me to raise awareness that even teens are vulnerable to sudden cardiac arrest. And honestly, I've never truly known that cardiac arrest affects more than a dozen kids a day. And although I didn't know Dave too well, after hearing his story, I understood just how real SCA can be. Now, 2 years later, Dave's story has simmered down a bit, and my opportunity to raise awareness again has been given to me. I don't want people to forget what happened to him, which is why I'm pushing this video out on social media to help raise awareness once more. So, Dave, if you're watching this, I hope you're vibing, bro. Finally, AEDs, super important. Schools, workplaces, restaurants, everywhere. If it weren't for the shock that was delivered to Dave, things might have ended badly. And there are people that aren't as fortunate as Dave. So if you've ever lost someone you know to SCA, I'm so sorry. SCA is a scary thing, but it can be less alarming if people are more prepared. So, take it from Dave. AEDs can truly be a lifesaver, and because of them, those 16 kids that fall into cardiac arrest a day have a better chance at life. Thank you.